let's talk about it. And this will be the final time we talk about Jon Jones until,
And good riddance.
yeah, good riddance. I think everybody was talking about it during the whole week, International Fight Week, because according to Dana White, according to the UFC, this was a done deal fight. He said yes, but now he goes to Thailand. He has a good time, and I think there comes a point in time in an athlete's mind where it's like, I got all the money I need. There's no point for me to ever fight again. I'm going to be fighting a dangerous. I mean, I don't know why people don't think. I don't see how you can't say that. How can you say that Tom Aspenol is not exciting? He has the lowest fight time in UFC history. Everybody he's fought, he's fucking knocked them out. You telling me Stipe Miocic is more excited to fight Tom Aspenol when Stipe hasn't been active in the UFC and he's coming off a loss when he got knocked out by Francis Ngannou? Like, I get it. It's exciting because he has a name, but as far as dangerous, that's like, I'd rather, fighting Stipe is like going to the petting zoo with turtles. Fighting Tom Aspinall is like jumping in a tank with a great white shark. You don't know what's going to fucking happen, right? I mean, that's just my perception of, like, when you say excitement. Like, Tom Aspinall is a very dangerous guy. I'd rather him come out and say, hey, you know what? I'm not taking that fight against a young, hungry lion. I'm out. Like, I got money in the bank. Call me a duck, whatever you want to do. I'm going as a champion. I'm not going to let the sport retire me. But he retires. Now Tom Aspenol is the heavyweight champion, which I always saw him as the heavyweight champion because he has way more footprint in the heavyweight division than Jon Jones. And I'll say it all the time. That fucking fight between Jon Jones and Stipe should have never happened. The only reason why is because if we want to, say this UFC is a sport, they make the rules, and the rule was if you have a heavyweight champion and a healthy heavyweight champion and a healthy interim champion, those two are supposed to fight. That's not what happened. They had somebody come out and go ahead, Guru.
They changed the rules for Jon to have a big. I think what they were they wanted the Tom Aspinall fight. I think the UFC really wanted that. And they were buttering up Jon this whole time to try and get it, I think. It's either that or he has some dirt on the UFC. I don't know if he has a video of Dana's. Maybe Dana really got oiled up at one point. I don't know. I don't know what video he has secretly on a phone. I don't know what kind of phone call he tapped of Dana White to get some dirty information on him. But if it's not that, let's say it's not that, and I'm playing a character and they can't sue me for assuming that there's something going on. Then it's just, I think they were buttering up Jon. They were buttering him up. They were like, dude, we'll give you the Stipe fight, but you got us back, right? You got us back with that Tom Aspinall fight. Oh, we'll let you fight Garn on this. We'll give you this paycheck. You want 30 million? Sure. They were just like really hoping Jon would do them one last favor, which was to pass on the torch. They would hope, I would imagine they would hope that this would turn over and Tom Aspinall would get the belt off of him. But I think Jon was just... I think Jon just doesn't owe anyone. Everyone doesn't like him, so he doesn't owe anyone anything. It's not like he has to keep in people's good books.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are other champions like GSP, who Jones got compared to a lot for this retirement. GSP was beloved, by everyone other than Dana, really. But he was beloved by the fan base. Everyone liked GSP. So there's almost like I've got to do this the right way because I'm GSP. I'm the really nice guy. I've got to, I owe it to them. I want to stay in everyone's good books. I want people to keep liking me because I like being liked.
Yeah.
With Jon Jones, he does want to be liked, but I think he just knows that perception-wise to the fan base, he's fighting a losing battle anyway.
Yeah.
Like if he did come back at this point and fight Tom, there would be some people saying, oh, you got to respect him for doing it. But he knows that, like, he don't owe the fan base shit. He knows I'm going to laugh if he loses by KO to Tom. He knows there's a large fan base that are going to rejoice about it. So he's off. He's gallivanting up to all sorts of no good again, getting into all kinds of trouble. And Tom Aspinall's the champ. And I guess Cyril Gane is next. That's the next big move that they're doing, is Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane.
Yeah. Well, I think when you said that, like, he's not in the good graces of the people, it's almost like oh, you see what he said about me on Twitter? You see about this? Like, if Jon Jones, he doesn't need the money and he's totally out of the limelight, he doesn't have to worry about, being around people, right? I mean, he lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's not like he's traveling, doing autograph sessions. I mean, he does when he wants to, but he doesn't. I feel anybody who loves Jon Jones is always going to support Jon Jones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
at this point, if they are still big fans and think he's a great guy, nothing's going to change it.
Exactly, right? Obviously, people wanted that fight, Tom Aspen versus Jon Jones, but we didn't get it. And it's almost like, oh, well, he's gone, and now we're just going to sit here and wait. But there's some athletes think that Jon Jones is going to come back. Like, I talked to Izzy, and Izzy goes, I think Jon Jones is going to come back. I think he's going to come back. He's going to see Tom Aspenol fight twice. Oh, I got data. I can beat him. And then I'm going to come back. Go outside and go play in the park.
That could be the case. I could see that being a reality. The thing is, I don't think he'll come back if it's Tom. That's what I don't think. Because if he's not going to take on Tom now, is he going to watch him improve? If this is the way it goes down and Jon instead returns in a year or two, if he's already thinking that it's a risk now to fight Tom, is Jon, after a year or two of just nonstop unhealthy living and problems and stressful situations in life constantly happening, is he then going to look at Tom and think, oh, now he's 2 years improved, now I want him, count me in, Dana? I think the best shot at getting Jon Jones back is if in some weird world the planets align and Pereira beats Ankalaev in the rematch, and then Pereira catches Tom in the first round, and Pereira heavyweight champ, and all of a sudden Jon Jones is looking to come back and get that big paycheck. And I think it will take someone to beat Tom for Jon to come back, and it'll be the right someone to come and beat Tom. Like if they re-sign Ngannou and he ends up beating Tom for the belt and then he has the belt, maybe then he would do it. But I think at this point, Jones has made a statement that he's not doing it, and I don't think he'll want to come groveling back, because that's how it will be seen, right? If Tom goes on and achieves everything now in the next 2 years at heavyweight, because heavyweight's never been a division where there's been that long reigning champ. It's been about, 3 title defenses from Kane?
Yeah, Kane.
It's kind of like bantamweight, right?
Yeah.
Until Merab came along, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I would say this.
But it's not hard to outdo it. So if Tom achieves everything at heavyweight, I don't think Jon then goes groveling back to, oh, now I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I think Jon's just going to wait and see if Tom loses the gun. And if he does, Twitter better be ready for a night of which it's never seen before. Because Jones is going to be going off. Going off. I bet you he's already got the paragraphs pre-written in a document somewhere. I actually would not put that past Jones. I bet you anything he has maybe sat up at night emotional, pre-writing the tweets that he's manifesting he'll send once Cyril Gane fraud checks Tom Aspen in round 3. I bet you he's already got him drafted, ready to send. So that's, I think, the game plan right now. If Tom Aspinall loses, we'll have all been wrong from the start, and Jon will have known from the start that this guy had nothing for him, and so that's what it is.
That's what cannot happen. I told my wife, I was like, Tom cannot. Just for the scenario of Jon Jones saying he's here today and gone tomorrow. Right? Like if Tom Aspinall, I don't foresee him losing anytime soon, but if Tom Aspinall was to lose, I agree with you. Twitter is going to be the place to be if that was that, because Jon Jones is going to go on a fucking rant that nobody's seen before. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate we didn't get that fight. Some people think it's going to happen. I wish Jon Jones happy retirement. I hope he can stay out of trouble. I hope he can, keep his head on straight. And we'll see what's next. I'm excited for finally Tom Aspenol. It was actually kind of cool. I was in Las Vegas, and then we're on a strip, and Tom Aspenol just signed that Champions deal, the endorsement deal, and
the clothing thing that he does.
Yeah, and you can see Tom Aspenol, the undisputed champion. I'm happy that everybody's finally giving him his due recognition of you are the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. There is no more Jon Jones. It's Tom Aspinall, and I love to see it on the advertisement all over Las Vegas. So cinema, good job advertisement team.
And it's good for Tom. And honestly, the way I wanted to talk, I didn't even talk about this in another video, but I wanted to talk about it now. I want to see how the UFC promote this next Tom fight. this will be their promoter chops on full display. I'm going to be critiquing it very, very closely because the amount of golden material they've got about the Jon Jones, Tom Aspenol thing, if they don't have a promo telling the whole saga of Jones being around and Tom being right there breathing down his neck and then Jones not really wanting it and all of the lines that Jones has said at press conferences about gambling my legacy against this guy and I don't really want to fight him. He's an asshole and all of this. And then I just feel like there's such a story to be told into now. Like they need to tell, it's a promo where, you know, everything is like what's coming up with a promo, right? What's coming up next? But this promo needs to be what has happened over the past year. Tell it in a countdown. And then we move on to what's happened next in the last 10 minutes of the countdown episode, you know?
Yeah. Well, if they do it that way, Tana, get your little ass out of here, girl. Stop out of here. Come on. Come on. Time to go. I'll be outside to play the pool in a second, okay? Go. 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 Bottomos. Go. In 3, 2. Tana, go outside. All right. In 3, 2, 1. I agree with you, and I think they can make a great case to advertise Jon Jones. Advertise Tom Aspenol as scaring Jon Jones away, because everybody in the world, like, you know, the brother at the football game, you know, he thinks Jon Jones is the greatest. He doesn't know the full story of what, you know, what's going on with Jon Jones. But if he's watching the next pay-per-view and sees the whole dialogue, like you said, the saga of Jones not fighting Tom Aspenol, it's going to elevate Tom Aspenol to that next level.